It's time to go back to that magical land. That's right, game range. Since a lot of you already know most of the story, we'll skip the beginning and we'll move to the middle. At this point in our story, Colonel Forbin is walking towards the mountain, and he's going to climb the mountain, and he's going to try to find Icculus, the great prophet. Does everybody know who Icculus is? No? Hold on. We'll tell you who Icculus is. Well, you see, a long time ago, thousands of years ago, there lived a great man. And he was the one who amassed all the writings of the great thinkers for the entire history of the world. And he put them together into one volume, and it became the Helping Friendly Book. And it was such a great book that the lizards based their lifestyle on it for thousands of years, until it was stolen by Wilson, who used the knowledge inherent in the book for the acquisition of power. Of course, Wilson was an asshole. But the legend still remains about the writer of the Helping Friendly Book, because that man was the great Icculus. Written by the great and knowledgeable Icculus. Yeah, my children are old enough to read Icculus. A cold and lonely night, in the place of your fright. Look at her face tonight. On with the story. So anyway, here we are at the bottom of the mountain, ladies and gentlemen. And the colonel is looking up, and he's thinking about what's lying ahead of him. Stared up at the mountain and wiped away the beads of sweat that glistened on his brow. His tired feet were buried in the quiet mud. His bloodshot eyes saw all that lay between him and fulfillment of his vow. And he felt his fingers wrap around a knotted root and pull his body upwards to a sea-green mossy boulder, and he dragged his weary carcass up the mountain, and he climbed so slowly, ahead. Suddenly he heard the crack of thunder, and rocks began to crumble overhead, and come down mountain to the dismal swamp that lay beneath the jagged cliff through which his path had led. And the earth began to quake beneath his feet, and the mighty mountain changed As we're headed for the sky, oh, the sacred creed will be yours.
Sorry, buddy.
And if you wait till tomorrow, the sacred creed will be yours. To devour yours to seize and to obey. His head and was driven to his knees by a blazing beam of light, and he saw the silhouette that stood before him. He bowed in reverence, trembling in the shadow of the mighty legend's form. Icculus the prophet stood before his eyes, looking down on Colonel Forbin, where he shuddered in the puddles and the muck. And he quietly addressed him, and he spoke so slowly, he spoke so slowly, he said, Colonel Forbin, I know why you've come here. I'll help you with your question and the doubts that you left. I call upon my faithful friend, the mockingbird, to fly and see the helping cookie and bring it to your shack. The tree of knowledge in your soul will grow, and the healthy friend will see. But I warn you that all knowledge seeming innocent pure becomes a deadly weapon in the hands of avarice and greed. Oh, the sacred greed will